Good morning again. So I'm gonna talk about something, and this one's a little awkward even for me, but we're gonna go down the rabbit hole here. But so this is something that I've faced a lot in my life, and I've experienced it in a lot of ways. Um, and yes, I've taken the opportunities, and yes, I've gone down the hole of it, and yes, I've explored the realm of it, right? Because I mean, opportunity. If you don't at least give it a chance, you'll never see what happens. But long distance relationships. Now, as open mind of a person that I am, and as much as I'm willing to give things a shot, right? I mean, because you never know. You never know. If you don't take the opportunity, you'll never know, right? I know as difficult as it is because obviously to build a fundamental dynamic and to build a healthy relationship and to build something that's healthy, obviously you have to be able to spend time together, right? You have to be able to go out together. You have to be able to actually see each other, to look in each other's faces, to actually form a bond, right? You got to be able to do that to see where the direction of the dynamic will go, right? So, distance relationships. Is it possible to make something like that work? Sure. Yes. Does it require a shitload of patience and effort and time and assertiveness and just making sure that you're both on the same page and making sure you can communicate and at least see what happens there? Absolutely. um, um, is there always a risk that something like that is going to be just like something that just falls apart pretty quickly? Absolutely. Once again, because if you can't build a dynamic, right? If you can't see each other, if you can't spend time together, if you can't go out and have fun together, what's going to happen? It's probably going to be not very long and it's going to fall apart, right? Because you can't build something, it falls apart. Then there's always the options idea, right? You don't know if all the questions, all the thoughts, all the insecurities and things, right? Because you don't know if the person is being honest about what they're telling you or if it's all a charade, right? That's basic insecurities of it. That's basic logic of long distance relationships. Um, Long distance, you got to be really careful with because there is a lot of things that come into play. As they always say, location, 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 right? Um, unless both or one of you are willing to make the sacrifice to move to where the other person's at. Once again, right? Perspective. Um, so I'm not really sure where this is going, but once again, it's just I guess I just wanted to kind of like put a perspective out there that it can work. The possibility is there, but is it something that is going to require a lot of patience and a lot of reassurance and a lot of extra communication? Absolutely, right? So, obviously, if you're at a distance, obviously you're going to have to either procure a phone number or whatever. So, there comes that first risky step. So, it's very easy to get ghosted. It's very easy to get undermined. It's very easy to uh, have illusions and delusions come into those situations because obviously, once again, if you can't build the dynamic in the ways that it's fundamentally sound, obviously problems arise. been in a number of these over the years. I can't say it was real fun. I can't say it was real gentle. Learned a lot of very valuable lessons from doing it. They never lasted more than a few weeks before things just fizzled out. For obvious reasons. Lack of communication. Lack of a number of things. Because once again, if you can't build the dynamic, all you're going to stay is friends. Right? Yeah, it has to go someplace. It'll last for a little while, but you've got to be able to move forward with it, or else it's going to fall apart. This one's a tricky one because, I mean, in this day and age, there's so many ways of communicating and doing all that, right? But the short answer is long distance relationships can work. But they're absolutely insanely difficult to actually grow into something meaningful unless one or both are willing to make a sacrifice. What I've found in my personal experience from long distance relationships is one, knowing whether or not the person is real. Right? And there's really no way of doing that unless you are able to get a phone number. Because pictures, they only say so much. Chatting on apps, that only does so much. Right? Unless you can actually know without a reasonable doubt in your mind that that person is a real person, chances are that'll cause problems to begin with. Right? Because then all those questions, once again. So it's not real good on your mental health. There's too many questions, and unless you're able to get the answers through actually talking on the phone, the success rate is probably going to be minimal. And from what I'm noticing, there's not many people, like on TikTok, for instance, or on a lot of these other, they won't give you their number, right? They'll want to go on some app to talk, and that's great for a short time. For me, I won't chat on those apps, so that already closes that already closes the window there. Excuse me. But if you're willing to give me your phone number and if you're willing to allow me to get to know you and allowing me to actually hear your voice and know that you're a real person, will I at least give you a shot? Will I at least give you a chance? Absolutely, but I have to be able to know that you're a real person. And that's the most difficult and the most complicated first step, is trusting me enough to let me have your phone number so we can open those doors. But just a perspective for 1:26 in the morning. I love you guys. I hope you're doing well. Hope you have a great day tomorrow. It's the weekend coming up, so enjoy it. Love and light. Till next time.